Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel Curiosity Rocks, and in this video I'm going to do a book review of The Language of Flowers by Vanessa Diffenbaugh. Now I'll start with the cover. I think the cover is absolutely stunning. It's really beautiful and it really expresses what the story is about, and it really expresses what the main character, how the main character feels and how she communicates. Then also on the inside you've got this wonderful pattern on the end papers and a picture of the author and about the author. Then on the inside you've got, it's all sparkly so I'll read the bit that's on the back. I'm talking about the language of flowers, Elizabeth said. It's from the Victorian era, like your name. If a man gave a young lady a bouquet of flowers, she would race home and try to decode it like a secret message. Red roses mean love, yellow roses infidelity, so a man would have to choose his flowers carefully. What's infidelity? I asked, as we turned down a path, and yellow roses surrounded us on all sides. Elizabeth paused. When I looked up, I saw that her expression had turned sad. For a moment I thought something I said had disturbed her, but then I realised her eyes were directed at the roses, not at me. I wondered who had planted them. Then the inside is about the story. The Victorian language of flowers was used to express emotions. Honeysuckle for devotion, azaleas for passion, and red roses for love. But for Victoria Jones it has been more useful in communicating feelings like grief, mistrust and solitude. After a childhood spent in the foster care system, she was unable to get close to anybody, and her only connection to the world was through flowers and their meanings. Now 18, Victoria has nowhere to go and sleeps in a public park, where she plants a small garden of her own. When her talent is spotted by a local florist, she discovers her gift for helping others through the flowers she chooses for them. But it takes meeting a mysterious vendor at the flower market for her to realise what's been missing in her own life. As she starts to fall for him, she's forced to confront a painful secret from her past, and decide whether it's worth risking everything for a second chance at happiness. The Language of Flowers is a heartbreaking and redemptive novel about the meaning of flowers, the meaning of family, and the meaning of love. So, at the start of the book, we find Victoria, who has been emancipated from the care home that she's living in, with a lot of other girls, and they play a mean trick on her, and then she expresses herself by putting a flower next to each one of their doors. So she has got nowhere to go and she's got nobody, and from the very first pages I wanted to reach into the book and just grab it and just pull it in my bosom, just protect it from the world. So I automatically connected with the character because I seem to, because some of my own experience I guess have the feelings squashed deep down, but when I read about vulnerable characters they come back up and I just want to protect them. So the story alternates between the way what she has to do to build a life back when she has to leave and have nowhere to go, and when she was with Elizabeth, who was her foster mum, and she was Victoria's very rebellious and very angry, and she refused to let Elizabeth love it, but eventually she finds a lot of affection and connection to Elizabeth, but something happens that means she ends up back in the care system. So it alternates between what happened with Elizabeth and how she's building a life and enhancing other people's lives through the language of flowers. I really relate to the characters afraid to communicate, because she uses flowers to communicate because there's less chance that she'll be rejected or ridiculed because a lot of people won't understand what she's trying to express with the flowers, so that's how she communicates. But then she finds someone who understands how she's communicating and communicates back with flowers, and that develops into a relationship, and it's how she comes to love and accept love, because she's quite a hardened person, but she helps people who come to her and they want flowers, and she only wants to say the truth through the flowers. So if she thinks the flowers aren't saying the truth of the situation, then she refuses to do it, and she enhances these people's lives by arranging the correct flowers and what give their lives like the meaning and what enhances their lives. So I really did enjoy this book because I really do connect with vulnerable characters, and really liked how it alternated, because it really made me want to read on and find out what had actually happened. So yeah, I would totally recommend this book. If you can get it in hardback, get it in hardback, because it's absolutely beautiful. So I really thought it was a very beautiful book, and also through the story she actually makes a dictionary, because she finds lots of flower dictionaries in the library, but a lot of them have alternate meanings to what she thinks the flowers mean. So she creates her own dictionary by taking pictures of flowers and writing the meanings on the back, and she keeps them in a box, and she has a few boxes. So the assistant girl she gets to work with her, she has a box, so she learns the meaning, and then the person who she has to communicate with, who communicates with her, he gets a box as well, so he understands what she's trying to say. So they both understand each other through the language of flowers. And what's so special about this book is you actually get Victoria's dictionary printed in the back of the book, so it's really a book to treasure, and that you can look at again and again, and it can help you communicate through flowers yourself. So it's definitely one to keep on your bookshelf. So I really enjoyed this book, and I would totally recommend it. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.